Now, what happens if we have a fraction where this, watch carefully, what if we have a fraction where we are supposed to add with different denominators? So let's try an example like this. 1 out of 2 plus 1 out of 3. If I have something like this, let's try and put it in a graphical way. This would be trying to draw as equal as possible. And then we are adding 1 out of 2. Is that okay? What fraction is this? 1 out of 2. And this is going to be, okay, this, and then this, I've shared it into 3 parts. Are we following? Yeah. Okay. So we have, to make it, and I'm supposed to add this, and I'm going to fix, I have this and I'm going to fix this on it. It looks like a puzzle. And if you are fixing puzzles, you'd have to make sure the shapes are equal. Just like you don't fix a round part into a square. You don't put round things should go into round holes, and then square things should also go into square things. Is that okay? Yes. All right. So if that's the case, they have to make sure these guys look the same. Watch here. Fixing this into this part will be difficult. So we can divide this. We can make this to look like just like this guy. So we can have something like this. Like this. And then, okay, let's try and divide. Let's go this way first. Into various parts. Pay attention here. Okay, we can have something like this. Let me put the red here as well. Yes. All right, yes. I'm trying to sketch with my hands. That's why. So we can have this and then this as well. Can we see that? Okay, let me put the red here, the blue here. Okay, red here. And then red here as well. So I'm trying to make it as even as possible. Can you see that? Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that okay? Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. So in that case, we have how we could now be able to lift this guy and fix it here, and also put this guy and fix him here. Are you following that? Yes, sir. Okay. So what fraction is this here now? What fraction is this? What fraction? What's the shaded fraction here? Yes, but in that case, it's not. What's the part shaded over the total part? That would be 4 out of 6. Here, I mean this fraction. Half. Yes, but use the part over the total part. Edna. 3 out of 6. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3. What's the total part? What's the total part? What is the shaded part? Is what? So 3 out of 6. Okay, what's the problem? It's 3. 1, 2, 3. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not 4. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is 1. So 1, 2, 3. Are you okay now? Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah. All right. So 3 out of. What about this place? What do you have here? 2 out of. Oh, can you please watch carefully? Watch again. You can see it. Watch it carefully. What's that? What's the total part? Let's go. 1, 6. So you have 6. 2 out of 6. Is that okay? Yes. So now when we add 3 out of 6 plus 2 out of 6, what do we get? We would have 5 out of 6. We would have 5 out of 6. So it's just going to be as if we brought this guy to fill this space. Is that okay? Yeah. So let me shade it with a different color. So I bring him here. Okay, so let's just see it this way. Watch here. That shouldn't take your time. So we have this, and then we have this as well. Hello? It's just going to be like, how do we get a 5 out of this? It's just going to look like this. We have 1, 2, 3, and then we fill the green part. 1. So we fill this part. We transfer this guy here. So I transfer and then I clean. All right. Then I transfer. Pardon? I transfer this because I've transferred it into this box. Do you get that? I transfer this here as well. So I now have, let's go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of gentle, out of 6. Is that? Let's try another one as well, where we have 1 out of 4 plus 1 out of 2. 1 out of 4 plus 1 out of 2. That would be something like this. Hello? So 1 out of 4 plus 1 out of 2. So we have yes, I'm trying my best to give a good shape. All right, so 1 out of 4 plus hello? Are you following? Yes, sir. All right, so 1 good. So 1 out of 2, we have this 1 out of 2. What challenge can you observe here? If you have to fix this into this, what's the challenge? Makela? Yeah. It's not going to be the same, right? It's be difficult fixing this. You need to fix this kind of bigger. This is bigger and you are fixing it into this smaller shapes. So what do you do here? What do you do? Bella, what do you do? Mary, what do you do? Okay, what do you do to be able to fix? If you have to fix this into this, what do you do? You break it, you cut it into 2 parts, right? All right. It means you'd have something like this. So you have to cut it into a form that you can be able to transfer all that is here into this part. Is that okay? So that it's just as if you are going to put this, take this, fix it here, take this and then fix it here. Is that okay? So when I fix, then I clean. So I'm transferring this to this side. Miracle, watch here. All right. So we transfer this here as well. This here as well. So what's the total here now? Okay, so what fraction do we have after we have added? So when I add, I clean. All right. So what fraction do we have here?
3 out of 4
Okay, so we have 3 out of 4. Is that okay? So 3 out of 4. Okay, what's the question?
You said they should add a numerator. You said they should add a numerator. But the numerator plus the numerator cannot be. It is 1.
Yes, so you leave this out. Were you able to understand the diagram, the adding of the diagram? So we'll come to the numbers soon. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So having done this too for some time, you would always realize that, hurry up, you'd always realize that when you are adding fractions that are unlike, I'm going to put this 2 here so we know that we took some things from here. Okay. You'd always realize that when you have to add fractions that were unlike, you make them like fractions. Is that okay? And what are like fractions then? Like fractions are fractions.
Like fractions are fractions that their denominator are the same.
So fractions that have the same denominator. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So if I have, so let's come back and solve this. So 1 out of 2 plus 1 out of 3. What's the LCM for 2 and 3? What's the LCM for 2 and 3? 6. All right. So that simply tells their common denominator will be
6.
all right. That will be 6. What will I do to 2 to get 6?
Times 3.
Times.
3.
Okay. Give all right. Times 3. What you do to the down, you do to the top. Times 3. Time. Okay. That will be 3 over 6, right?
Yes, sir.
What do we do to 3 to get 6?
2.
Times 2. So we have 2 out of 6. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So we can now freely add. What's 3 plus 2?
3 plus 3, 5.
5. Then we maintain the
Denominator.
denominator. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So 5 out of 6. And that relates to exactly, watch here. Watch here. That relates exactly to what we did. You see, this and this are the same. So what we did graphically is what we have there now. Okay. What's the second question was 1 out of 4 plus 1 out of 2. And what's the LCM for 4 and 2? Mary? 4. So that means they will have a common denominator of 4. All right. 4 here, 4 here. What did we do to, what multiplies 4 to give us 4? 1. Okay, the same for 4 times what?
1.
The same for the top, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Miracle. Watch here. 1. So 4, 1, 4. 1 times 1, 4, right? What do we do to 2 to get 4? Times 2. Is that okay? Sarah, what do we do to the 1 as well? Times 2. Perfect. So 1 times 1. 1 times 2. 2. So let's add and see. 1 plus 2.
3.
And then do we add the denominators?
No.
So we have all over 4. Can we see this? So watch here.
Yes.
Moment of truth. This is just the same as that. Do we get that? So 3 out of 4. 3 out of. Any question?
This one. The first one.
Okay.
They don't have the same denominator, so how do you get to know that the denominator is?
Yes, the first one we're using diagrams. We're trying to use our diagrams to solve it. Is that okay? So the diagrams and we arrived here. Yes, that's why we have 1 out of 4, the red. And then we brought 2 out of 1 out of 2. which we made 2 out of when we added it to this place, and we got 3 out of 4. Is that okay?